Hello, this is Lisa Russick with the podcast We Are All Psychic, and today we have two really rad guests. Their names are Rocio and Angel. I got Angel's wrong name.
You did it perfect.
Rocio and Angel, do you think we're all psychic?
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much,
You're
Lisa.
here. Do you think we're all psychic? For who wants to go first?
Yes, of course we are all psychic. This book is like a proof that we are doing it like this.
Yes, so listeners and watchers, this is a video on Spotify and YouTube. And Rocio and Angel have written a book called The Orchid. And if you follow my Instagram account, you may know this already. If you're watching, you'll see this. This is their book I'm holding up, and they sent me a copy. They asked if I wanted one. I was like, yes, of course I do. And I read what it was about, and it tells like 12 different stories, I think, doesn't it? Of different women. Was it mainly women, 12 women? Yeah.
Yes.
And their paths. And they sent it to me with this beautiful purple tie, like thread around it. It's kind of like hemp. And then like a stamp. It's a golden stamp. And then there's is that symbolize a lotus, right?
Yes, it's a symbol of an orchid with an eye.
Oh, I see the eye now. Yeah. Okay. Watchers, there you go. And this orchid in there. And I was going to read the book before the podcast. And I had time to, but I just couldn't unwrap it. And then what did you tell me? We were look behind your watchers and listeners. If you're not watching, there are just beautiful orchids behind them. The book is Orchid, and there's an orchid press from her that she grew and collected. Now, you didn't know why, right?
No, at the beginning, I didn't know for what reason I was keeping them and save them. And now, when I send a book to someone super special like you, we put a lot of love and one orchid with the press and the seal, a special seal, and a lot of magic.
That must be it too, because I want to touch it. I don't know. Like it was the weirdest thing. Because if I get a book, I mean, everything. Oh, it's all coming off. It's opened up. I'm looking at it, and I couldn't unwrap it. There's a lot of I can feel it's healing. It's like healing, and it feels like love, and it feels like there's energy and inspiration in here for people to be creative. Did you put that in there too? Creative with their growth and with their own creative skills. It's just beautiful. Well, there is energy and magic in this. I can feel it. It's great. Oh my God. Magic book. Get this book.
How exciting.
Yes, so tell us about your journey. So there you go. Watchers, you can see the actual cover. I was going to unwrap it, but now I can't do it yet, guys. I can't. Wait till the end, and then I'll unveil my cover, but maybe not.
Yes.
I may not. I may just get another copy. And
Fantastic. Fantastic. It's called The Orchid, The Secret Code of Modern Goddesses.
So tell about these modern goddesses and tell why did you write this book? What inspired you to?
I'm gonna say something first about your initial questions. Are we all psychic?
Yes, I'd love to hear your point of view.
The reason for our book to be called The Secret Code of Modern Goddesses is because we believe that there is this incredible power inside all of us waiting to just be unveiled and not discovered discovered because it's already there.
Some people have called it like remembering, remembering. Yeah. It's like
absolutely right.
Not an awakening kind of thing. Some people have said that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. So one person I think said that. I like that a lot. It's a remembering, and it's kind of, it's like you said, it is. There's this innate creative force in all of us. And a destructive force too, but we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to work with that side. And we are a lot of times, it seems like working with that side, when we are getting in our own way of being our best selves.
That's absolutely right.
It sounds like these women who became goddesses, this is their journey to being goddesses, is what I took from this book. These are fictional stories that you came up with about these women, and this is how they became their goddess self. Is this kind of Yes, I love that so much.
Yeah. So and there's nothing fictional about their stories they're living, because
they're real stories.
Well, you'll see when you get to it. It's really stories from our own experiences and our own backgrounds.
So you kind of fictionalize. It's like a reimagining fictionalized with other names of you guys and other you can't say their names and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
in many cases, our own experiences. There is all sorts of trouble and pain and trauma, sexual abuse, divorce, anger with the world and their lives, unable to speak about their sexuality for fear of not
Yes.
being loved. And there's even a
Yes.
woman who is at the top of her game, and yet she can't enjoy it because she's still carrying trauma from the past. So, and this is right. I mean, when you hear that, you're like, oh my gosh, that sounds like my friend and myself and this and that.
I've done all those.
Right.
Right
And so
now.
they're quite real. So have we.
Yeah, I think you have. Obviously.
Yes, yes, yes. And the best part is when you can transform
Yeah.
those feelings and you have now like a move. And that's why you can do that is the real magic happen and the real miracles. And that's when you can connect really more freely to the source.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is when you feel better. So we decide to do this because at the beginning I was really lost and I didn't know how to forgive and to let go all the past and all these really limiting beliefs. And after experience like a transformation, in that moment, I was, we need to share this was an urge, like a really, we need to tell everyone how to do it because my journey took me 30 years to be where we are.
Oh yeah. And look,
Is
you got 30 more years. Where will you be then?
Yes. So imagine. Then we used to live in Miami and Hong Kong, London, and now we are in LA. But all after going all over the world, really looking for answers, and finally have the knowledge, wisdom, curiosity, all these elements, when they are aligned, in that moment, it's like we need to do this. So
And that's how it began. And for me, it was a little bit different. I felt I was, I mean, all these difficult things happen throughout life. And however, I always always looked at life with the glass half full,
Yeah.
but I didn't know how to explain it. And I was able, something happened to us where we did something and it didn't work out and we were really angry. And I was able to let go of it. And she wasn't. And she would ask me, well, how did you forgive? And I'm like, just let it go. And I didn't know, how do you, right?
I'm waiting for y'all to tell me this. I need to let go of some stuff. What?
We all do.
I will have to read the book now.
Yes.
That's what you did, didn't you?
And totally, to be honest, we took a course and then we read more than 200 books to be able to put it in a very simple way. These characters and this novel for you to get inspiration.
And the beauty of it, Lisa, is that even though we felt ready, I guess, we were inspired to really write this. Even though we were ready to begin that process, the process of writing the book itself was one of the most cleansing, transformative experiences. We would cry after chapters were ready and completed, just listening to these women in their voices, because they became real characters.
They're real people. I was a writer for a long time. I was a ghostwriter too, so I was a novelist too. So I wrote tons of books.
So
they are alive. They're in your head. They're in your mind all the time, no matter what you're doing. David over here in on the island is, he's digging a hole and he's getting some coconuts, and he's about to fight the door. Totally. I don't know, something's going on.
Yes.
And we would listen to them and cry with them. And there are some really powerful scenes in the book about their transformation when they liberate themselves and they say certain things and they speak or convey certain messages. And we would just be in tears, experiencing their love for themselves.
Did you feel like this book was channeled, or do you feel that you wrote it? Okay, I was sensing there what you're talking
was
about.
channeled.
I feel like it was channeled. Do you have anyone that you channeled specifically, or these women that you channeled?
I was more or less the women, and he was part of the healers.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
No, that is,
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
it appears, and I'm being very careful because I know that it's many things, right? It's never one thing. It's many
Everyone
things.
has their own words and for all the same concepts, I think, too.
Yeah. I believe, and because of things that happen after, and many, that I was channeling divine feminine energy, and that probably it was Mary Magdalene.
How does that feel for you as a masculine energy in this world and lifetime? How did that feel to have divine feminine energy in your energy field? I mean, what's the difference to you? I'm just curious because that's
Well, I've always described myself as someone who is completely in touch with his feminine side.
right.
I have always been surrounded by and entirely comfortable in circles of women,
Okay, cool.
single mother, grandmother present, and even in my professional career in a corporate world and entertainment, many of the people that either propelled me or best worked with me, not only but many were women. And so the day
Yeah.
that we had agreed that we were going to write the book, and one day she wakes up from a dream because she's the one that has dreams. It's almost like she's the messenger.
So many.
You've got a lot of stuff, not just dreams.
Yeah. And she says,
I can see it.
we were in the middle of our kitchen, and she goes, I dreamt yesterday that the book needs to be about women. And I'm standing in front of her, I think with a cup of coffee, and I'm like, of course. And that was it. That was the extent of course it is, you know? And so how did it feel? It felt normal because of the things that I'm sharing with you.
Okay, yeah, that's really, maybe that's why you were even able to access it, you know?
Yeah, I think so.
That makes
I think
sense
so.
because like a dude getting that energy would be like, "What is this?" I'm just kidding. He's not listening to our podcast, so dude's not listening to this podcast.
And I will add that in many occasions it's been somewhat confirmed that that's so. And one was in a dark and silent retreat that I did, which was
Yeah.
5 days.
What
in
is the
complete
dark and silent retreat? What is that?
Essentially, it's this wonderful place, Sky Caves is called, in
Okay.
Oregon. And essentially, they have rooms that are embedded into the mountain. And you can just go and stay there in the darkness for
Ooh,
as long as you want.
almost
And
like
so
a deprivation, sensory deprivation thing or something. Yeah.
yeah, except it's kind of like a nice, cabin.
Okay.
And
I was thinking it was like a little jail cell cave.
no. This was
You
comfortable.
got like a blanket and a campfire,
I was able to move around.
Oh, that's
but
nice.
it was very gentle. And surely after 5 days there, when I got out, the owner said, because I had a wonderful time in the darkness. And he goes, this is not normal. And the darkness is very feminine energy. And when you are in touch or in balance with that energy, you do well.
Okay.
And so that was another moment. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. I'm kind of the opposite of you. As now that I'm older, once I was in my 30s, I got along better with women. I say like 35 or so. And now I feel more comfortable with women. I'm 49 now. And when I was younger, though, I definitely felt more masculine. I do have a lot of masculine energy, I feel like, but I think it's mainly because my interests are in fields that mostly are dominated right now by masculine energies. Like computers, technology. I like music, writing music and composing it and recording it. I love audio, like silversmithing, stuff that it's just not stuff that you usually see females do. And, and I feel very masculine a lot of the time. It's not easy for me to be like in my, feminine energy, like that. It's just uncomfortable to me to do. I want to be more feminine. I do want to embrace that side of me more. And I feel more like that is out there. I think that book might bring out some of my divine goddess and I need that. So,
It's not surprising, right? So many women have had to step up their masculine energy
I
in order
always felt
to
like I
be
had to,
present.
yeah, because I had to be more because I was against not against, but competing against
Sure,
men in
sure,
for job positions usually or
sure.
stuff like that, and I didn't usually get the jobs, but when I did, I was really excited. Especially like in audio. But I could never get, it was like in the early 2000s, so I could never get a traveling gig or anything as a woman. They just didn't want a woman on the road doing that,
Right,
They want their secrets, they don't want a woman on the road, and
right,
then a lot of them, the clubs didn't want me either because just they're, and it was really hard. So I did get work in churches. So that's pretty interesting, work
right.
on the business end of churches. I do want to know though, I'm very curious, Rocio. Like, and you too, Angel, did you guys ever have any psychic experiences yourselves, like as kids or anything? Or did your family empower you at all? Or do you have the traumas from families that kind of brought it out? A lot of people who have psychic experiences as kids, they did, like on the podcast, they tell us, they've had a lot of traumas in their life. And that's like why they started self-healing, and
Yes. For
yeah.
example, I remember very vividly having, of course, the when I was a kid, probably I was 6 when I have like a something happened to me, like somebody pulled my legs when I was sleeping,
Like a
and I really was scary, and I always have a lot of respect for what was there. But it's until now that I've been going back to understand all the different things. And for example, it's something that I cannot explain, but I was able to see.
yeah,
Okay. Some people can hear, some people can smell, some people, it's different ways
it is,
to,
yeah.
to do. In my case, I was able like see a little bit of what is going on of the
Yeah.
future with somebody. And I remember that I took many decisions from that perspective because at one point I was able to see is not a prediction of the future, but I was able to have a wisdom or knowledge that I don't want this to happen. And so at one point, for example, with an ex-boyfriend, or you have a relationship, and then it's like that crossroads that you need to, if you take the decision, it's gonna go in this direction, but you don't like it.
Mm-mm.
And at one point, it's like, no. So I make the decision to go to another direction. Of course, it's scary, it's difficult, you don't
It's
know where you're gonna go. But then now looking back, all that small, tiny decisions make my life super much better. At
much
one point,
better. Even
much
mistakes seem to help me in the end a lot more than the correct
Mm.
choices. you know?
totally, but I was not connected with my intuition the way I am today. Today,
Yeah.
today is much clear, and we can talk about it. Imagine our lineage was not able to talk. All the women's in the past, you were not able to talk about intuition or
Mm-mm.
nothing like this because they gonna kill you.
Yeah. That's exactly true. And I've had past life readers tell me that I have lived during plagues a lot, oddly enough. And I've always spoken out and been, beat for it or killed for it in a lot of past lives that are relating to the life I'm living in this one.
Mm.
So I guess that's why maybe I'm doing. I ended up like, if you want to look at it that way, I don't know much about my past lives. I can only remember a couple like little things about past lives. But that when they told me I can remember it. But what these readers have told me, if you ever guys had past life readings, or do you know your past lives? Or for me, that was like when I had really good past life readings, it made sense because it was associated with this life in some way. Like exactly, the three times I've had them, I think, or four times
Wow.
maybe. And I just think they're fascinating. How like the stories that I hear, I can kind of just, it's not like reading a book. It's like a memory coming back. Do you all have that
Yes,
experience?
it's incredible.
Yeah.
Sometimes today I was telling him, I've been really like really dreaming so much that at one point it's like now I can see to the future, but sometimes I don't have it really clear what is
Yeah.
going to happen. Because
Yeah.
at one point I was asking, okay, universe, tell me the future. And it's like, I don't gonna tell you because the beauty in life is to experience
Exactly.
life.
It's so true. And whenever I do readings for myself, I can't usually get anything really. I mean, sometimes, but for other people, there's always this like, I don't believe it's ever 100% accurate because people like have
Mhm.
free will. They really do.
Yes,
And there's like a most likely direction this is going to head. But sometimes,
yes,
when I'm doing readings for people, there's some really unpredictable people, but they have the strongest wills. The unpredictable people who make the changes that the cards don't predict. They have strong
yes,
wills, and you can't predict with those people who have that energy of a strong will. And it doesn't really think about others first. Say, they're
yes.
hard to predict. Because you don't know what they might do, and they're usually influenced by entities that I don't really want to be around. If you know what I mean on a spiritual level, you know.
100% is that's why I think this journey needs to be the most important part for my experience has been to be really careful with my energy
Yes,
and don't give my power away to anyone.
yes,
I know better what is the best for me. And that, Lisa, is something that we put in the novel
yeah,
because you're going to read many things that we put there, but it's for you to decide if you want to say it out loud or not,
Mhm.
because you're going to have the inspiration. And at one point, remember, if we want to change our life, is because we decrete that
that's
in the
right.
power of our words.
It is weird that you say that, Rocio, because I've always felt like I should keep my mouth shut. And even before I accepted that I was psychic, and I was like in my 30s working in the field before I accepted it, really, that it happens to me. And I was like, it just doesn't make sense that it just happens to me. It just didn't, even from, because I worked on it. I wasn't a psychic kid, I worked on it and I got better and better and better. And but I think I was a psychic kid because we're all psychic. I really
Right.
believe that I was a psychic kid, but I did my own way like we all do. And I just didn't really know what I was because we talked about this a lot on this podcast. A lot of people are doing psychic things and they don't know it because it's all they know.
Mhm.
Because they're birds. They just have to notice that they're different in that way, or some people aren't doing exactly what they do that way, or for example. And what you're saying, Rocio, is really important to me because I couldn't. And when you say it, I feel like you're empowering me with your words
Mhm.
to speak my truth and
Oh, beautiful.
keep talking. Yeah, I like that. Thank you for that. I consider that like a blessing you just gave me. So thank you. I appreciate that.
It,
Thank you.
it's so important because I believe that one of the big steps that we need to take as individuals is to allow ourselves to share these gifts that we have. And
Yeah.
that, as you just said, allowing me to speak or act or whatever it is it's in giving ourselves the license, we open ourselves up for more of it.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You guys
Yeah.
probably both know this only gets weirder as you go.
And funner.
Yes, that's the secret.
I just have to ask you guys, what is it like? I mean, I've been married twice and I'm single right now, and it's really hard to date at this age. At any age, it's hard to date, but you two, like, I've never known anyone in the field who, other than one person, he was married to a psychic who worked in the field, like a spiritualist living together, married together, like two spiritualists, like in love. there's so many women in the field, but there's no men. Where are they all?
Right.
You're lucky, you guys. What's it like to be in love and share that spiritual experience? And you're both going through it, and you're both like on the same levels and stuff. What is that? Is that fun or what? I mean,
Is incredible. Is a blessing. We've
Yeah.
been together 25 years, and only because now we are better, thanks to the process and
you worked
everything.
together, you grew together.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
we've been we've been having a lot of patience, and is to remember that we have this path for us to do. Probably we plan this, I don't know how many times, okay, and how many lives.
That's right.
And I don't know, and it's like a game over. Oh, okay, we're gonna do it again. And finally, it's like we are doing it, but remember, we are not perfect, and we
Oh, no.
don't
You
pretend
don't
to
know
be.
everything. No.
No,
No.
of course not, but it's a lot of respect,
Yes.
understanding, and what else?
Well, there's a lot of patience. There's a lot of admiration. Also, there is a lot of relying on each other. We bring to the table
Trust.
two very different things,
Yeah.
and it is the sum of that. It's like when you work with a team, a really skilled team of people, and everyone brings something to the
Like
table.
a good band where everyone knows it.
Yeah, that's right.
Music or
And
something. Yeah. Yeah.
when you create together,
That's
it's
the perfect
magical.
thing. That's like an analogy that works for me. Yeah. Maybe a
Yeah.
I'm not into the group band thing, if you know what I mean, in this metaphor.
Neither are we.
We love to keep it silly on this podcast, by the way.
Oh, I love it.
That's part of like showing that we're not all like these. Woo.
She's the silly one. She's the silly one in our
I'm very
relationship. She
silly.
loves jokes. And
We need humor.
It should. It makes everything better. Humor makes everything better. It's never gonna be like, I hate humor. Jeez.
exactly.
Hurts to laugh, I love laughing.
Yes,
Oh,
100%.
here's our podcast co-host tonight, Gandalf.
Oh my goodness.
He loves the podcast. He just had a nightmare again. This happens lately. I've been having podcasts every night this week. I had two yesterday, and every podcast he's been having a nightmare and waking up and coming to see me.
His psychic powers are flaring up.
Oh, he's very psychic. He's a shadow cat. He can just go invisible. Okay, do you see him? All you see is the tail.
Yeah, we see him.
If he doesn't want you to see him, he's gone now. Oh, there he is. He's so cute.
Beautiful.
I guess lastly, where can people find you guys? Do you have a website? Your book is on Amazon, Orchid. The Orchid, is it on Amazon or?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, look, we had the absolute pleasure of creating this joy of book in physical, electronic, and audio version.
Oh, you have an audiobook? Sweet.
Yes.
People love audiobooks now, and that's really like
amazing.
What I understand. Yeah.
And it's the audio version is just wonderful. That's
what I'm gonna do.
I
don't want to open it.
Fantastic.
It's soft and it's endearing. And someone called our book a Band-Aid for the soul.
Oh, I think it's a lot more than a Band-Aid, man. It sounds like a salve and like a spa and get your hair done and your nails done and then you massages again and like a lot of good stuff. I love it. I can't wait to hear it.
Everything for the soul.
Yes.
And then you're going to understand what is awareness, what is gratitude, how to forgive, what is acceptance.
I want to learn that. Yes, I had to let go. That's what I really want to learn.
Yeah.
And then intention. How you're going to create the next 3 years of your life.
What's
from a perspective of abundance and creativity.
Yeah.
I love that.
What's beautiful? It's that the book is divided into like 5 lessons, but really 3 stages.
Okay.
The first one is become aware. Why you talk, think, feel, act the way you do. And do you like it? Don't like it. If you like it, continue. If you don't like it, consider whether that's something you want to change.
Yeah.
Then comes, if you decide, is the changing. And that's through gratitude, forgiveness, and acceptance. And just as an example, The Buddhists say that not forgiving is like carrying a hot coal through your life, saying, I'm going to find that person or that thing or that moment and throw it at it, except you never do. And all you do is burn yourself and give up your power.
Yes,
And
so true. Anger, especially.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then the whole point of doing those three things is to reclaim your power.
Yeah.
And now, with more power, become more intentional about where to put it and how to live the biggest, most grand life you can dream of.
That's so cool.
And that's what the book is about. And it's available wherever books are sold.
Every place books are sold, man. I love it. That way, that means I can get the audiobook too, and then go down to the bookstore and buy a paperback and a hard copy at like another bookstore online and Amazon. Oh, that's good. So you got it everywhere. That's
And
great.
let me tell you, you're going to want your hard copy, right? And the reason is that we've left pages there for you to make notes. It becomes a
Oh,
really
I love
personal,
that. I love that. That's a really good
becomes a really
idea.
personal journey
Yeah,
through it becomes a guide. An
that's
oracle,
really
many people are
cool.
using it as an oracle as well.
Oh, that is really neat. Oh my gosh. That's a really cool thing people can do with your book, man. That's rad.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So what do you have a website people can find out about you guys more personally?
Yes,
Other than
you can find us is the Orchid
okay.
book.
Orchidbook.com.
Yeah.
That in the descriptions, listeners, and along with anything else they might want in there. And I want to thank my sponsor, Everclear. Everclear is an advice app and website where you can get advice from psychics and empaths so you can get the clarity you need to create the life you deserve. And I am an advisor on Everclear under the name Lisa P. or Lisa Russick. We're switching it over right now. I've been with the company for like ever, for like 5 years or something. And I say, I'm going to do my real name. They asked us to pick a name that we haven't used before. But then I was married, so I didn't, and I had used that name. I'd never used this name, Lisa Russick. So I'm going to change it to this one.
I got to tell you, there's a beautiful sound to it.
You think so? I didn't really think it when I
Yeah.
was younger because everyone called me Lisa Rushnick. Put N's in there. Rushnick or Rushnick. People don't get it right. It's funny though.
It's
It
beautiful.
starts a conversation. You right,
Oh
Rocio?
my God, Lisa, and tell me something. Can you do something for us? Like, tell us, okay, tell us about the energy of the book.
Again, like I was doing. Oh,
Yes.
I think I did in the beginning of the podcast, like the magic in it. When you said you put magic in it, I was like, that's what made so much sense to why I couldn't open it. I mean, like it just feels like it feels old, even though it's new. Does that make sense? Like wisdom
Yes.
does.
Yeah.
And it kind of has like that, I don't know why, but like the wisdom of this is the weirdest thing coming to me, but like the wisdom of like something like a Bigfoot or a Yeti, like old, ancient, like old world stuff, we assume or we think might have been before, like a million years ago or something. I believe personally a lot of things, and it changes. But for a long time, I've really felt that we've had a lot of ancient cultures that, I mean, how could we not? We've been here forever. And this planet's been here forever, and all these other critters have been here forever. Well, why wouldn't we, And it just makes sense that there would be a lot of like periods of time, and this feels like that to me. Like it has a feel to it that when I read that stuff or those theories, and it has love, a lot of love and compassion in it, a lot of hope. And it feels like a lot of hope for people who read it to really get out of it what you put into it, to experience the things that you put into it, really, not so much the actual writing of the book, which it feels like the writing was fluid. It was very fluid. It feels like it does feel channeled. That's why I asked you if you channeled it. And I feel like you had a grandmother or somebody help you who used to write maybe poetry or something help you write it. Did you have a grandparent spirit help you write
I
it?
don't know, but now that you mention it, I mean, I could see.
I feel a grandmother energy in there is what it feels
Oh
like.
wow, how beautiful!
Yeah, and she would be like the energy I'm picking up is like really kind of like stern but gentle at the same time. Like you wouldn't guess she had the heart of gold, but she did because she had like what we would call our resting bitch face now, maybe. But she wasn't a bitch. She just kind of looked sour a lot, but she wasn't, is what I'm getting about this particular grandmother figure. And she loves this book. She loves this book. And I'm getting like, there's a lot more meaning to Orchid, of course, but I mean, I feel like there's a personal meaning, there's meaning to everybody with Orchid about like, if you haven't seen one, you can't really understand why people find them so beautiful and interesting until you've seen one, even just one. And
Yeah.
every orchid is so different.
Oh, so
Like
beautiful.
and that's what I feel is in this book. All these women are all different, but they're the same source. Let's say same lifeblood, and I feel like your grandchildren are gonna love this. You know, this is what I feel. I don't know if you have grandchildren.
No, not yet.
I think you will, because I feel it's like the last thing I picked up as the grandkids are gonna be like, you know, when they're older, like it's them.
Oh, that's so
What they
beautiful.
did. Look at what we do now.
Can you believe
Pioneers. I
it?
hear them saying stuff like that. They were like pioneers. They were in the beginning of all this. Is what I hear them saying.
Ah,
I don't know what that means. It
Means love.
does mean love. I think it's wonderful.
Thank you
And
so much, Lisa.
oh, thank you. I have to ask you one last question. You're not getting away that easy now. I have to ask you for some advice. Usually at the
yes.
end of the podcast, I like to ask for the last thing, ask for some advice for you guys. So I would like to ask for advice from each of you. Yeah, let's see. How about maybe some listener out there is wanting to write about a writer. This is a person who writes already, not channel though, not necessarily. Maybe they will channel, but they want to write a book somehow, or a story or something like that about themselves and their awakening or their remembering or however it is. What advice would you give them as far as what to do and what not to do in writing that book? Someone who's already been a writer and done writing, and they're thinking about writing about that. It's very personal to write about. How do you do that? Where do you even start, really? So, like, what would you recommend? Both of you.
Well, look, I'll tell you what we did when we first started this, and without any prior experience in writing, we really just went to it. We
You did
didn't
the
think
thing
about
called
it.
writing.
That's right.
Important thing you can do when you write a book. Isn't that?
Oh my goodness, yeah. And in my case, I guess I was typing because we started on the computer. It wasn't actually writing, but what really was put away all judgment, put
Yes.
away any evaluation of it. Don't think about it, just spit it out, vomit onto the computer or the page, everything that you can think of, because once you start to get into that energy, the energy of, I am going to tell that story or my story or their story, whatever it is, really it begins to flow. And it wasn't
It does.
until we had like 70,000 words on paper,
That's a
and
book.
yeah, then all of a sudden it starts taking shape because you start to see characters emerge. You start to see the resemblance of experiences. And what we started doing was really crafting and saying, well, in our case, I guess the simple part was we wanted to share the love that we had found ourselves. And so once you allow yourself to be driven by love, it's everything else, in my opinion, really just starts flowing. But
Yes.
really open up, do it, don't judge it, don't read it. And we would write for days and then we would be dried up. A dry spell would come for more days and sometimes weeks.
Writer's block.
And we wouldn't judge it. It's just, it
Part
will
of
come
it.
when it comes. And
Exactly.
allow yourself the privilege. But really also, one more thing. Remember that the world needs to hear your story because no one can tell it. No one can tell it like you can.
That's the most important part.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, every story's been told, I think, but the way someone tells it is what makes it unique.
That's absolutely
taught
right.
that in college. I was like, that's not true, but I think it is now.
Yeah. I mean, think about how many times the Cinderella story has been told.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
Or something like it. And yet again, really, there's something so special about you who are listening.
Yes.
About the way you live, about the way you've experienced your life, that's going to be the one point that's going to make this so uniquely different that
your
why you want to
perspective.
hear it.
Yes, your perspective is the most important thing we need to know about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's people want to know your perspective, listener. They do.
Yeah.
And, for me, is somebody told me how important it is to love yourself, love your story, and love the audience that is going to read this.
Yes.
Because that connection makes really more profound what you're going to say. So in this case, when you have an idea and then you begin to tell the idea to your friends and they don't get it, is don't feel alone. Go to other writers.
Writers all feel alone, man.
That's right.
I
Lonely
know.
job.
I know, and that's why it's important to begin to trust each other with ideas, with make this more abundant when you are telling the story. So it's very important to don't give up.
I agree.
It's continue, do it, and trust yourself because what you just say both is true. Is only you have your point of view and we need it because this game, the game of life, is better when everyone is more fulfilled enjoy in the joy and in the love, but joy is the key.
I think if people could feel good and joyful in their own authenticity and not feel any other way, just no judgments, nothing, just authentic self feeling good, joy,
Yes.
bliss. Everybody is feeling
Yeah. And
that.
that's the purpose of the book, to bring more
That's
people to
beautiful.
that level.
That's so beautiful. Thank you so much for being on the podcast, Rocio and Angel. You guys go check out the Orchid anywhere you want to find it. It's everywhere.
Yes.
And thank you so much for being guests on the show. I love it, and I just so appreciate it. And I hope I can know you're both going to do great and continue to do great. And again, thank you.
Thank you for having us, Lisa. We really appreciate this wonderful and beautiful space.
Oh, you're welcome anytime. If you want to come back, just let me know.
Well, we have to come back. I want to hear all about your experience reading The Orchid.
Okay, of course. Yeah, they're listening to it, whatever I decide. I'm not sure.
Right.
That's so cool. That's so cool, Lisa.
Thank you. And listeners and watchers, I love you. They love you. You guys love the listeners and watchers.
Yes.
Yes, you do. They love you guys. So everybody have a great time wherever you may be. Peace out. Bye.
Bye.